In today's video, I want to go over a former $60 PlayStation 4 game getting a free edition, and it's coming very soon. It's Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, a game that had a little bit of a lukewarm reception, but I do want to go over that and why I think this is a great move for the game, why it can really revitalize interest for the game, and what you can expect out of the free edition opposed to the full paid edition. Also, Horizon Zero Dawn is celebrating its 2nd anniversary, a game that Guerrilla Games really went off the deep end with. Compared to Killzone, they tried something completely different and it completely resonated with gamers, and it has been confirmed that the game has sold 10 million copies worldwide, so that is some great news for Horizon Zero Dawn. Also, it has been confirmed that The Division 2 will have a free year of episodic content. That's some great news for The Division 2. A very interesting game has been announced for the PlayStation 4 in Warsaw. I feel this is going to get swept under the rug a little bit, so I want to go over that and what you can expect out of this beautifully presented game. Cyberpunk 2077 has been confirmed to be at E3, and more on that at the end of this video. First up, let's talk about Dissidia Final Fantasy NT getting a free edition, and it's coming very soon, March 12th to be exact. Now, Dissidia Final Fantasy is one of my more beloved franchises in the Final Fantasy universe. It is a spin-off series, a fighting game where it takes iconic characters from all of the Final Fantasy games, throwing them in a battle, and it was a lot of fun on the PSP. Unfortunately, I thought NT was a little bit of a step backwards, really taking away the single-player component, trying to go a little bit more in the competitive route, and I thought it lost a lot of its charm. However, for Final Fantasy fans, it still offers you a lot of iconic characters to play with, and you'll be able to check out a free edition coming March 12th. Here is an overview of the new free edition from Square Enix. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT Free Edition offers players the opportunity to try out a limited roster of characters on a weekly basis. A variety of characters and weapons are also available for individual purchase. This ensures that favorite characters can be a permanent member of a player's rosters, and here's the best part about it, it's not like the free edition players are going to be separated with the paid edition players. It was noted that players of the free edition can also play online against existing players of the full game. So here is the great thing about this. Not only is this just going to naturally increase awareness of Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, it is a Final Fantasy game at the end of the day, and just seeing at face value Final Fantasy characters clashing out with one another, that's going to garner some interest inherently. Also, suffice to say that this will greatly bolster the player base playing these games. That's going to be the key point, because I don't imagine that a lot of people were playing Dissidia Final Fantasy NT at this point. It was a game that was probably declining in its player base, and now this will really jolt it up. Will it be enough to completely salvage the game and make it one of the more popular offerings on the PlayStation 4? I don't know, but we've seen Square Enix make crazy comebacks before. I point to Final Fantasy XIV, and I just point to all the other crazy comebacks that have happened in gaming recently, whether it be a No Man's Sky, whether it be an Elder Scrolls Online. It's just happened over and over again. Now, with a fighting game, it's a little bit different, because fundamentally the mechanics are there in place, but I'm interested to see how Dissidia Final Fantasy NT evolves, as the free edition will be coming to the PS4 on March 12th. Also, how time flies, Horizon Zero Dawn is already celebrating its 2nd anniversary, and with that, it is celebrating the fact that it has sold 10 million copies worldwide. Incredible information, because Guerrilla Games really stepped out of their comfort zone with HZD. I spoke about it way back when we talked about the game going into its release, but you go from a sci-fi first-person shooter to an open-world post-apocalyptic action RPG with mech-like dinosaurs. Man, it was one of the most zaniest aspects for a video game, and coming off of a franchise that already had a modicum of success. I think modicum is putting it a little bit lightly, but you get the idea. That was a big call by Guerrilla Games, but it turned out really well. A post was made by Herman Holtz, the managing director over at Guerrilla Games, on the PlayStation blog. I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. He said, "It's hard to believe that 2 whole years have passed since we released Horizon Zero Dawn. When the game launched on February 28th, I was attending GDC and counting down the minutes with a group of fellow Guerrilla and Shuhei Yoshida. Early feedback suggested that we had something special on our hands, but we never suspected that we'd still be receiving daily messages of appreciation from our players in 2019. And yet, here we are, already well over 10 million copies sold worldwide. The idea that we were able to bring Aloy's journeys to so many players is astounding. We've been deeply moved by the enormous amount of fan creations you've posted online, as well as the heartfelt letters you've sent sharing your favorite moments from Aloy's journey." The PlayStation blog post goes over a lot more, so check it out for yourself, especially if you are a fan of the game. I am so happy for the success of HZD, because not to completely crap on Microsoft, whenever a studio gets a popular franchise, they can rest on their laurels for a long time. We've seen it with Microsoft, Gears of War, Halo. Man, how many of those games are you really gonna churn out over and over again? But Guerrilla had a popular franchise in Killzone. That was a franchise they could have just rested rested on for the foreseeable future, but they did something completely different, such a far cry of what we're used to, Horizon Zero Dawn, and it turned out to be a massive success. That's what I want to see more from studios. And I feel like Sony's first-party studios really excel at that, whether it be a Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog could have kept just churning out Uncharted game after Uncharted game. Hell, they could have stuck with Jak and Daxter, but they know when it's time to move on, and if in the future they want to revisit those franchises, they will, but they're always creating something fresh and exciting. Even someone like a Sony Santa Monica, yes, they've been focused with God of War, but the recent God of War title is so much different than the early God of War games that they are constantly evolving as well. That's what I want to see out of these first-party studios. Even if you have popular franchises, evolution is necessary, and with Horizon Zero Dawn, it has really paid dividends, so congrats to Guerrilla Games. 10 million copies is a gigantic feat, and for a new IP, that's a massive, massive success, especially a single-player IP at that as well. Moving on from that, The Division 2 is confirmed to have a free year of episodic content. Specifically, over the course of 2019, it'll include 3 new episodes that will offer additional specializations and game modes. The first one has been detailed in Title Bussin'. You'll try to take over a difficult stronghold that is being held by the endgame tech-savvy antagonists. You'll try to take over a difficult stronghold being held by the Black Tusk. With that will also come an 8-player raid called the Operation Dark Hours. That episode will be launching in summer of 2019. However, the other 2 episodes coming before the end of 2019, those are being kept a little bit in the dark, so we don't have many details on that. The second episode is said to be out in autumn of 2019 and will revolve around the Pentagon and uncovering the secrets that building has, and we barely know anything about the third episode, but that is going to round out 2019's Division 2 content. There also is a Year 1 pass being released, and you might be wondering what that's coming with. Well, it comes with the Gold Edition and Digital Ultimate Edition. It'll grant you 7 days of early access to the episode, and it'll instantly unlock access to the specialization. On top of that, it'll offer 8 classified assignments that tell players more about what happened to Washington, D.C. That's available for $39.99 standalone, and again, it comes with those additions. Alright, moving on from that, here's something I'm really excited to talk about, and that is Warsaw. Warsaw just got announced, and this game looks gorgeous. It's supposed to be out Q3 2019, and it's touted as a strategy RPG, a beautifully presented tale of unforgiving combat in a war-torn city. Warsaw is a World War II turn-based tactical RPG with beautiful hand-painted graphics. Lead a small dedicated outfit of civilians and soldiers with their unique skills in their fight to take back the city besieged by occupying forces. Use everything at your disposal to help a team of accidental heroes survive the onslaught in their home city and overcome tremendous odds stacked against them. Embarking on missions of varying difficulty, take on the Nazi oppressors from the confines of your unit's hideout, draft heroes from every field of life, young and old, men and women, soldiers and civilians, and stand your ground against the enemy that took away their homes and families. What really caught my eye initially is the gorgeous visuals. I mean, how do you look at this game and not be captivated? The visuals are stunning, and a World War II themed turn-based tactical RPG, that's something that I don't believe we've seen in the past. So this is one to definitely keep your eyes on. We'll keep you posted about Warsaw, but that's one that could turn out to be one of the sleeper hits of 2019. Now that's 2019. One game that I don't think is going to be out 2019, unfortunately, is Cyberpunk 2077. Hey, CD Projekt Red can prove me wrong. I would love to see this game in 2019, but I personally feel like it'll be a 2020 game. However, we know that the game will be at E3 this year. It was confirmed by Cyberpunk's Twitter, saying, for those of you asking, yes, we will be at E3 this year. Kind of simple, but I think that already has everyone aboard the hype train. Cyberpunk 2077 has a massive amount of hype. If you look at every upcoming game, Cyberpunk 2077 might be at the top of the list in terms of most anticipated game. I would put it ahead of a lot of the PS4 exclusives, just on the basis that it is a multi-platform game as well, so it'll inherently have a little bit more hype, and it is CD Projekt Red. When you talk about the best gaming studios in the world today, I put a Naughty Dog up there, I might put a Guerrilla Games up there, but I absolutely put a CD Projekt Red in that top tier threshold. And with Cyberpunk 2077, they look to be raising the bar for single-player RPGs once again, and considering what they did with The Witcher 3, man, the limitations of how good Cyberpunk 2077 could be is really removed. But it's nice to see that after a while of not seeing much from the game, we did get that massive gameplay demo a while back, but now we know that the game will be at E3 this year, so that's super exciting. So that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT Free Edition is coming to the PlayStation 4 on March 12th. Horizon Zero Dawn is celebrating its 2nd anniversary, and it's also celebrating 10 million copies sold worldwide. The Division 2 is getting a free year of episodic content in 2019. Warsaw is a game you absolutely need to know about. It's still a little ways away, but I'm definitely gonna keep you guys posted on that, and we're gonna be getting more Cyberpunk 2077 content at E3 of this year, so that's super exciting as well. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.